The following is a video presentation by the Woodrow Wilson Center's Environmental Change and Security Program. As our notion of security evolves, the Environmental Change and Security Program asks scientists and policymakers to share their insights on a range of global challenges. In this short video, Peter Gleick, president and co-founder of the Pacific Institute and author of the newest edition of The World's Water, explains his new concept, peak water.
The Institute has just released the newest volume of The World's Water, which is a book we do every 2 years on global water issues, published by Island Press. And one of the chapters in the new volume of The World's Water is called Peak Water, by my colleague Mina Palanyapan and me. The idea of peak water is gaining currency, in part, of course, because of the long discussion we've been having in the United States and globally about peak oil. That is, the slowdown in the production of oil over time as we pump more and more of the remaining resource. The idea of peak water is similar, but different. There are similarities and differences with oil. Water is a renewable resource, mostly. Oil is a non-renewable resource. And at the same time, there are non-renewable forms of water in which the concept of peak water is very analogous to peak oil. For example, in China, northern China, and parts of Central California, parts of India, and many other places around the planet, we're using fossil groundwater. That is, we're pumping groundwater faster than nature naturally recharges it. And in those situations, it's very, very similar to oil. We are drying up a non-renewable resource. We are overusing a non-renewable resource, and there will be a peak of production in many of those places, and eventually the food that we grow with that water or the widgets that we make from the factories that use that water will be non-sustainable, and production will have to drop. But we also introduce another concept called peak ecological water. And the idea here is that even though water is a renewable resource, we come to a point when we take more and more water out of the environment, out of the rivers and streams and groundwater aquifers, where the next increment of water actually causes more damage, more ecological harm, than it provides economic benefit. And in that sense, in many places of the world, we are already approaching or past the point of peak ecological water. That is the point beyond which taking any more water causes more harm than good, more damage ultimately to society than that water provides benefits. We see peak ecological water in places like the Yellow River, which no longer reaches the delta, the Colorado River, the Aral Sea, where all 24 species of fish endemic to the Aral Sea are now extinct. There are more and more examples where we've already passed peak ecological water. And really the purpose of the whole debate about peak water is to help raise awareness about the nature of the world's water problems and to help drive towards solutions. If water is a renewable resource, that means there is an amount of water that we can use sustainably forever if we're careful about the ecological consequences and about the efficiency with which we use it. But those issues have not adequately been brought into the discussion about water policy, hence the term peak water.